Hello, friends of Komodo platform. It's me, Giuliano, and it's the 2nd of September. I made a video yesterday. Unfortunately, half of the video, the screen share was off, and so it was just me talking about the chart, but it was pretty good, and I hope that I can recapture a bit of that today, but I definitely will not be able to capture it all. Uh, but some good times are showing, and I want to revisit a few things that have been talked about, including the triangle that's there. And I just want to point out a couple channels and ideas, possibly. We'll see. Uh, I also, at the beginning here, why don't you like this video while I start sharing the screen? I also just reminded about these great shirts. You got these pirate shirts here are awesome. Love it. Komodo gear. And then for specific pirate women like Ray, loving that one. I'm not wearing it myself, but hearing really good things. And I can totally vouch for the Bitcoin Volcano t-shirts. The print, it's a print of an image, but it's a really great t-shirt. I like it. And then in terms of the Green Chips logo promo, any of you who like to play poker, why don't you go grab yourselves a chip? This is double-sided, similar to the Komodo one. It's a little bit, this is the back and this is the front. So front, back. All right, if you have any suggestions or whatever, just let me know. Okay, moving along into these charts here, we're at 49,000 Bitcoin, 49,000 and a half. So things are looking good. I'm just going to actually just jump into it really quickly, which is, I think, what I did yesterday. And we just looked at this very quickly. Things on the weekly looking really good, on the monthly looking really good. Let's just jump into the daily. I don't have much else to say other than we are where I was saying we might go, and interestingly, we are holding that green line and we are wicking similarly. So there you go. This is definitely an important zone here. It looks like we're aiming to break out, and so the bias is still to the upside. It was interesting what I did talk about, and I'll talk about it again here for Bitcoin, just a little bit of play-by-play analysis, instant replay style. This is a daily price chart. And in this movement here, there was the dump down with this candle, oops, swiggles. And this one right here, okay, was very interesting play as it, it broke out. This is 20-day moving average. Trying to break out of it, couldn't. Body held there, right at the Ichimoku cloud top. But interestingly, the price never, touched the 200 again, 200-day moving average. Now we've crossed 20 moving average over 200-day moving average now for some time. And so now we're looking to just maybe this will start catching up. Maybe the price will wait to touch it, or maybe, there will be some form of confluencing at some point where we confirm that the 20-day moving average is support. So we're looking for that. But yes, indeed, we are there. We just waiting for the signal and then its takeoff. In terms of Ichimoku cloud, we've got the price above the cloud and the lagging span above the price. So things are lined up really well for bull mode. And indeed, it looks like we'll come around to this area and find our consolidation. Oh, unfortunately, the timing, it was a reminder of the timing as well. If we go into the weekly, it's easier, and we'll just, whoops, we'll take this format right here, line, and we'll do this. Just a reminder of the timing, I hear people saying October, so this is why I'm seeing October. If we go from the top to the bottom, we have about 14, 13, 14. And then from here to here is about 13, 14. And we're in that middle of October timeframe in terms of breakouts and moving higher. And that's based on the previous time analysis. So anyway, we're looking to get wherever higher, but all-time highs at some point. But things take time. This is a weekly chart, and we were just only looking at the daily chart. In terms of that, I think we're going to leave it there. Things are bullish. Everyone's happy. But could turn at any point. But look, even the lagging indicators on the daily are looking pretty awesome for now. I mean, this one could stand for another pump, but who knows what that's going to look like on the RSI. So here we go. Yeah, interesting times ahead. I'm not even going to the 4-hour for BTC. Let's just move into KMD. All right, we're going to start with the, let's go KMD USDT. Now we started with the BTC. Gotta love the BTC. All right, yeah, this is the 4-hour price chart. We're above the cloud. Things are looking good. We made a push. Now we might be consolidating a bit. We're trying to hold this type of level here. You see these prices here? That's what we're looking for, even back here. Okay, so we're looking for this kind of level to hold around the 24.50. All right, and we have a nice cloud support here. Let's get it. Now, in terms of daily price style, beauty. Okay, okay. So this is the next day. So interestingly, what I really liked yesterday, was I really liked. Firstly, we start looking here. We start seeing the cross. It hadn't quite come yet, so it's here today. So we are crossing. So we definitely have opportunity to move higher in the daily price chart. I'm very excited about the daily price chart of Komodo platform. I'm seeing good strength here. I'm seeing the 200-day moving average and target. But yesterday I placed this line here because it really is a significant point here. We want to get here and higher. Otherwise, that's not. We're just going to be dumping back down and starting from scratch again. And I wanted to notice, it does confluence back here as well. And so this is an important area to reach. I think getting, in fact, above the 200-day moving average is really the goal to reach around this Ichimoku cloud, which itself will be decreasing in time as well. So we start getting to like maybe October, November, or around there. We'll see what's going to be looking like there. But yeah, I think as long as we keep taking this trajectory, we're looking good for testing these levels at some point soon. And in terms of Bollinger Band, it's starting to narrow. We're trying to hold above the 20-day moving average there. And what I liked as well was this size of this green candle, nice and strong, back to this kind of level here. Okay, unfortunately now we're not holding it though. We made it above to the 2500s, but now we're back down into the 24s. So obviously key resistance, and it is holding. We need to get above here though and test here ASAP. That would be good. And then then the next goal is to hold the 200-day moving average for support. You know what I'm saying? And then in that case, this overall chart will start looking pretty good in that way. Because at least then you're above the 200-day moving average, and then you can start getting into this zone here, which relates to this price action. Fight through that for however long that takes, and then make your way to the next levels, all right, which would be in the higher teens of thousands of Satoshis per KMD. All right, well, if you believe in charting and movements of markets and the survival, if you're betting on the survival of Komodo platform, then none of this financial advice, but when moon, sir. Anyway, okay. I think I'm going to leave it there for the BTC price chart on KMD. I wanted to actually focus more into the, was I showing the weekly candles? Didn't matter anyway. Yeah, I just wanted to go into the USDT price chart. So let's get out of here. All right. Here we go. So sitting at the 120s now for KMD USDT. So interestingly, boom. Okay, so here's some ideas. Okay, I talked about the triangle. We'll do that. I talked about these channels. We'll do that, and started using Fibonacci levels for ideas. But bottom line, the Fibonacci levels lead to these levels anyway. They lead to the $1.80-ish level, like $1.50, $1.80 level, and particularly also leading to this top level up here. Actually, we'll do it again just so you see. Okay, so let's start with the channels. The idea of the channels was, look, you had this move up here down, and then you stayed within this channel even to this point. I wanted to show you that this is a daily price chart. But what was interesting to me is that this this point of price here actually is in line with the channel. That channel came from 0 to 2 over here. You see this? So from here to here gives a 0 to 2, and then extended the channel to the 1 here, if you're going to count them, just giving them numbers. So this is significant stuff, right? And even then, you know, the channel acts as some sort of supportive zone here after the breakout. And really, in terms of like Mealy method style and Elliott wave ideas, you know, you have a channel. Once it breaks out the channel, you know that's that impulse move. So if we take it to the present time zone or time period here, we'll say from July timeframe, we are in another one of those. Okay. And we go from, let's say, 0 to 2, and here's the 1. It's not perfect. This, you know, it's ideas, but here's that. The idea is, okay, we made our move up to the next part. We're hanging out here, and the real move is when we breach this sucker right here. Now, the weak thing would be, you know, to, you know, make it up here, and then you're done. And then there's your correction wherever it goes, right? That would be all right. But, you know, at this point, based on some fib levels and stuff, and just on some ideas of what is even happening here, like this might just be the first wave of a bigger macro move. That would be lovely. So let's see what that looks like. But at this point, there are some targets to look at. Anyway, so that's the channeling idea. So we can keep an eye on that as we go along. I'm going to remove the channels. Okay. Then the next idea is this triangle that I was looking at here, wondering what's happening. So I thought, oh, maybe actually it's not a triangle. Maybe it broke out too soon. But actually, I'm saying, yeah, we got our triangle. Interestingly, we're confluencing here with that big downsloping trend that you saw. And so let's go into the triangle itself. So we made an impulse up, then we started correction. It's like, okay, what is correction going to look like? Is it going to be one of those zigzags that comes all the way down here, you know, to 80 cents or whatever? Or is it going to be some other type of shape? And look, it turns out that it's a triangle, really. We have an A, a B, a C, a D, and an E. A triangle itself is considered a 3, which is a correction, but it's made up of 5 waves, an A, B, C, D, E. And, you know, each of those is made up of a zigzag, basically. You can have some triangles, and they're inside there, and there are, you know, rules and stuff like that, except, and I'm not going to go through them because really, I'm noticing, you know, a lot of this stuff is very helpful, and also it's like you end up having a lot of tools and use those tools to navigate, and so that's basically the idea. So a lot of things don't always exactly have to be exact, although sometimes they just play out so cleanly. Now, in this case, this is a daily price chart, so we could go more deeply into the 4-hour price chart, which we will. I actually noticed it looks better because here you have these 2 wicks that made up the D and then the E, like it came down so fast here, but in the 4-hour price chart, it makes more sense. So if you're going to see it like that, you know, and we want to play around with our tools here, we want to look for, let's say you had some sort of, you know, ABC. So you got your first wave there, your A, and then you get it again. You get the idea? Oh, but there is your resistance. So then it comes back down, A, B, C, and then it goes back up, you know, some form of A, B, C up to here. And at that point, you know, maybe, you know, like you get some sort of extended flat or something like that. And at that point, it comes back down. You get your E right here because look, this candle close. This is a great candle. Look at that bullish candle and breaks out of the triangle, closes it. Like when do you get a full body candle close for Komodo? Only in these kinds of moves. Like look at this B wave here. You get that nice candle. Most of the times you're getting these big wicks at the top. So to have this kind of candle, that's a beauty. That is a beauty, I must say. And it's cool that the price is still hanging out here. Hopefully we can hold it and move further. We are nearing the top of the Bollinger Band, so we want that to take off. So it's now or never, because if we can't hold this 20-day moving average, then boom, we're done. It's not gonna be good. Although maybe it'll be one of these types of ideas where you know, we need to fall down a bit, but we're still above. Whoops, maybe it won't go that far. We are still above the, we're still above the breakout. Like once we fully break out of this long downtrending line, then even if we come down below the price level, but still, you know, we need even better from this Komodo price chart. We need it to really pump it up. So goodbye triangle. It was nice knowing you. Thank you for being such an interesting subject. And if you want to see that in the 4-hour price chart, it looks something like this. Just for fun, you have, no, you don't need that line, sorry. So you only need to start at your A, okay? And then like the end of your A wave, and then the C, and then you need to get the B and the D. All right, so there it was. So you see now how, and even if we're gonna take that, you see how it went some form of, from there, the top, it went to an A. Oops, no, that's not the one we're looking for. A 5-wave move, right? Oh no, it's an A, B, C, D, E. That's the letters I'm looking for, right? So it did one of these, D, and then here's your E, and then it's out of there. Boom, cool. And on a shorter time frame, it's interesting to see the price move up and then come down, and it's testing. So interesting times. We are breaking out of something here, and that's feeling good. We are looking to surpass the $1.28 level and move into the $30s. Here we come. Booyah. And beyond, really. So now let's get to those Fibonacci level ideas. Okay, cool. Firstly, I just want to also recognize, let's extend this sucker and see if we break that in our impulse, or when we break that. Okay, now we're going to go back to the daily price chart, just easier that way. And I would like to just take some Fibonacci ideas here. If we take, well, I'm just connecting this because we can channel with it. Oops. I think one thing I did was I took a retracement. So we want to imagine a full move. So let's say this is like a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and a 5 or something coming, or maybe this is just a 1 and a 2, and we're going even higher. But we want to see like what kind of retracement firstly did we do this time. Okay, cool. It's like a 38, or maybe a 50. Yeah, between 38 and 50. Okay, fine. So it's not as big, right? So now we can look, okay, from this next spot here, where the low was. Actually, not the low. We want to check where the E wave is, and it ends here. So let's go a little higher than that. So we take an E wave here, starting there, and we say, okay, if this is going to retrace about 61.8, what does that look like? Well, okay, if we get to $1.75, we could retrace 618, boom, right there, to the, oops, I'm pointing with my finger, to the previous high. Fine, that could work, something like that. Maybe we make it all the way to the top here, and that could be interesting between 618 and 786 as a retracement zone, but we wouldn't want to get that far close to this wave here. So it would be good to really be able to bounce off that 618. That would be even hotter. And then when we start getting here, then it starts actually making some more interesting sense, because if we're going to break through this price level and get up to the top here, or a little bit higher, then we can use these levels, and even in the middle of these levels and this type of price action here, as excellent support resistance. So in this case, support. Okay. So in that sense, we could be seeing a $2 plus KMD in this type of move, but don't think it'll last. It'll be one of these tops like that. So now we say, all right, what if it's going to be 1-to-1 of this previous move? That brings us to the 238. So that's pretty interesting. Now, if it's only 61.8% of the previous move, then we're at about $1.75. So you can have, this is a nice way to set up targets. I'll show you what I did. I basically took the bottom to the top in a fib extension, went to the start of the next move. If we're imagining a wave higher after this move up and this correction, that would mean, so you take the extension, bottom to top, down to where the move starts. Yeah, 1-to-1 is about 250, 618 is about $1.75, $1.80. And that is what leads me to believe that we can get above this Ichimoku cloud and then hold it for support and then start testing around these areas. Maybe you get rejected. Maybe you go higher first. I mean, this, we'll see. Because at the same time, maybe we get actually a 1618. A 1618. Maybe that 1618, which so interestingly shows us at the top of the previous highs, right? The previous highs around here. What an interesting place that a 1618 would be of this move here, especially considering that, you know, this is both the previous correction and the current move. It's like, it's the rebound, and it in a sense is like a turning point. It's like when the clock changes from midnight, like from 2400 to 0000, you know, it's the same time, but it's just a mental shift of the day. So the day is now not the previous day at midnight, it's now the current day at 0 o'clock. So that's the idea. So here's this turning point. Now we get this nice move to the upside, correction. And so 1-to-1 is right here. Maybe it's only 618, it's right here. And if it's 1618, it's here. So these are levels you can keep your eye on. There are places you can consider, you know, none of this financial advice, but that's how you can think about profits and stuff like that. And again, it makes sense if you're going to take this move here from here all the way up to here. Again, that 618 level, let's say you're making it up to about here, that 618 level is this type of support. That would be super hot. And then that could be part of a bigger macro move. I'm not saying it would have to come down to the 618, but it would make sense. That's fine. And then, you know, you make your next move wherever that gets you. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so that's that idea. I think even if it does get up, like if it gets up to the 1618 area, which would have been up here where I was just at, then I think that might just be a third wave before we hit a fifth wave, which is higher. And we're looking to get up to that higher over $5 level. That's a goal here. But overall, this shape looks good. This chart looks really good, and I don't see why it can't continue. We are above this price level here, which is significant. Let's see if we can hold it. All right. Well, anything can happen. So definitely going to be back for more. But that's it for me for now. Until next time, take care. Wishing you all the best. Goodbye.